and welcome to Brilliant Creatures.
I'm Gail.
I'm Stephen.
And what a show we've got for you today.
Could a lizard be the perfect pet for you? Find out in Pet-ticulars, coming up in a few moments' time.
In today's South African film, how did Stephen cope when this happened? A charge from a 2-ton white rhino.
Is it safe?
What makes this bunny a world record breaker? Find out in a few minutes.
And Stephen's challenge today, to present a bird of prey display to a live audience.
That was close, wasn't it?
Throughout this series of Brilliant Creatures, we've been looking at some of the animals that people keep as pets. Now, if you're thinking about getting a pet, you've probably researched the various options, but I wonder if you've considered one of these. It's a lizard.
There are over 2,000 different kinds of lizard, and only a few of them are suitable as pets. So before you go out and buy one, or indeed if you've already got one, here are a few things you might want to know about lizard ownership.
Do your research. A pretty little green iguana like this one will grow into a huge, great monster like this guy in just a few years. Hello. Now, they can be very difficult to handle without getting accidentally scratched, and they need a massive enclosure to live in.
Don't get a lizard if you want a cuddly pet. The iguana's long tail is smooth when you stroke it one way, but stroke it the other way and it's serrated like a bread knife. They've also got a very nasty bite and big, sharp claws.
A tokay gecko like this one looks fantastic. It's a very manageable size. It doesn't have nasty claws or a serrated tail, but it's very aggressive with an extremely nasty bite. So nasty, in fact, that if it got hold of my finger, it wouldn't let go. So they don't exactly make the ideal starter pet.
Chameleons like this one here, well, they're not cuddly either, but their feet, well, they're like mittens, so they don't scratch. Their tails aren't dangerous, and compared to the tokay, well, they don't bite.
Do your research into the different lifespans of various lizards, because they do differ enormously. A gentle little chameleon like this one will only last about 2 or 3 years. But a giant monitor lizard, like this great big monster here who's trying to get at me through the glass, will live well into his 20s. So he's still going to be around when you've got children of your own.
If you don't want frozen mice in your freezer, then don't get a meat eater. Iguanas, however, well, they're vegetarians. And chameleons, well, they like to eat insects.
So, having heard what you've heard so far, you might be thinking a lizard would be a good pet for you. But before you make your decision, here's a Brilliant Creatures top tip.
Now, it's a quick tip, but it is an important one.
Never pick a lizard up by its tail.
You see, some lizards like this one here have the ability to lose their tail. It's a form of self-defense. Now, the tail will grow back, but the lizard will never look the same. And trust me, they won't thank you for it.
So that's it. You've heard all the lizard particulars. Is he the particular pet for you?
Now, for more information, you can go to the Brilliant Creatures website. There's loads of expert advice and loads of great links to other web pages on how to look after a lizard. I'm here in South Africa to meet the guy called Peter Rogers, who's a vet with a difference. You see, he doesn't work in a surgery, he works in the African bush. Today's job, what he's got to do is track down, dart and microchip a wild white rhino. And I'm meant to be helping him out.
The rhino lives in a 14,000 hectare reserve. Their head ranger, Mike Pieterse, and his team have spent the last 2 days trying to find her.
You mind hanging on to this for me? Just take it to the vehicle. Thanks.
I'm going to stick with you.
Okay.
Wherever you go, I go.
Sadly, rhinos are hunted for their beautiful horns. Once Peter has tagged and clipped the ear of the female we're looking for, the rangers here will be able to identify her from a safe distance and hopefully protect her from poachers. After an hour, we spot her in their thick bush. She seems calm, but I'm worried in case she charges. There's nothing between her and us, and a stampeding rhino could easily overturn a vehicle. She's getting too close for comfort. Then, unexpectedly, we spot a second rhino, a male. This makes things more dangerous.
That's definitely her.
Peter must get a clean shot at the female. He's got to get it right first time. We move closer. Peter takes aim and fires. It's a direct hit and the startled animals run for cover. The drug should only take a few minutes to take effect. Before Peter can get to work, the rangers have to chase off the male. This is extremely dangerous. He's nervous and irritated, so he could possibly charge.
Hey, come on.
Suddenly, the rhino stops, turns, and then does charge.
Hey, Ocean. Hey, Ocean. You can run like crazy.
If that happens when I'm out of this truck, I am just going to die. Is it safe?
The rhino has fallen on her side, which is not a natural position for her. She can breathe more easily sitting up, but it takes all of us to get her upright. She weighs tons.
Push it, Steve. Push it. Come on.
Okay.
Was that a close shave when you with the other rhino?
I'd say it was close.
It was close.
Before the team can start work, Peter has to stabilise the rhino with an injection.
We'll treat the wound with an antibiotic. And you inject the antibiotic into the wound. Okay, here's 2 microchips. You're going to put one behind each ear. Okay, it looks like a little grain of rice.
Right.
Inside a needle. First, Stephen, if you can just hold this ear for me. Okay, so we're going to inject this thick needle into this under the skin if we can. Just slack it a little bit so I can get a grip. Okay, we're going to stick the needle in. Okay, there we go. It's under the skin. We unlock it, and it's got like a little plunger. That's it. Okay.
And she's microchipped.
She's microchipped on that side, okay? Okay, there you go. All right.
There's the code.
Yeah, so if you read that code out to Mike there, please.
Right, I need that code.
Okay, 00
Yeah.
06
Yeah.
3B OC 12T.
12T.
Yes.
Is that it? T.
And that's
Let me
this
just
rhino.
confirm this. I'm looking
Next,
at
she
it from
gets
the
her
front.
ear tagged.
So when you do the rhino and you want to get the number 1, you clip it very close to the bottom there. That's number 1. Number 2 is in the middle. Number 3 is here. And then number 5 is on top there.
Fine.
So we're going to mark her as a number 2.
Like that?
You see. Oh, that should be about right.
So you're actually cutting a piece out of her ear.
Yeah. It's very quick though. It's a very quick procedure, as you saw. Okay. I'm going to just dab it quickly. Okay, just put a bit of that spray on there. You can be quite generous, eh? All right, Mike, and anything else from your side? I think we're ready to wake her up, eh?
I think that's it.
How quick is she going to wake up?
It's about a minute and a half
From when?
from when the antidote is in.
Yeah.
And then I will stay here. You guys can make your way back to the vehicle.
Okay.
Mike and myself.
That's good for me.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys just get on the vehicle.
She's just getting her breath back, getting her senses together.
The nice thing now is that she has been ear clipped, so we can monitor her for the next couple of days and it won't be difficult to identify. You can just drive straight up, see that's her, how's she doing, she's fine, and then I'll phone Pete and tell him she's doing good.
Soon she's up on her feet and heads back into the African bush. You're about to meet somebody's pet, and it's a monster.
But not because it's ugly.
Not because it's dangerous.
It's not even scary. So what kind of monster could you keep as a pet?
It's a rabbit.
But it's not that rabbit. This rabbit.
This, look at it. This is Dancing Star, the biggest rabbit in the world. And this is Sarah, who's brought her in, her owner. How are you, Sarah?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good stuff.
Sarah, this is no ordinary rabbit. What is she?
She's a British giant and she's currently weighs 11.7 kilograms.
That's heavy. Can I try and pick her up?
You can. She's very friendly.
Is she?
A bit heavy,
All right,
but...
Come on, Mr. Muscle.
There we go.
You can do it.
This could be highly embarrassing, you know, not being able to lift
Go
up
on,
a rabbit.
heave.
Come on. Oh, look at she is so heavy. Where does she live?
She lives in her own specially built hutch that my dad made to fit her size.
Oh, customised house.
She must eat an awful lot.
Well, she eats around about half cauliflower, some carrots and a bowl of food every day.
That's a lot of food as well.
That's quite a lot.
I can't believe it. Now, as I said before, it is officially the largest rabbit in the world. How did you find that out?
Well, we inquired about it and we phoned up the Guinness Book of Records and they came round and they measured her and they put her on 2 separate scales and they told us that we had the largest living rabbit in the world.
And do you know something to prove it? You may as well show it off. Go on, look, the official certificate from the Guinness World Records. You must have been well chuffed.
Yeah, really good.
Absolutely, very cool.
Oh, well, thank you very much for bringing Dance and Star in. That's a whole lot of bunny.
This challenge could be one of the toughest and potentially one of the most humiliating. We're here at Farming World in Faversham in Kent, and it's the first day of this year's Big Birds of Prey display. Now the challenge is for me to present part of the display, but not just in front of you, but in front of a live audience that are coming along to see what they hope is going to be a great show. Now, the trouble is, it's only 3 hours before the show begins, and I've still got to learn the ropes. Now I'm going to be presenting the Cara display. This is Chief Faulkner Lee Holmes who's training me, and I asked him what I might expect from Basil.
He is cunning, quick and devious. And you've got to be very careful, because each time he runs up to you, you've got to throw a piece of food away before he runs up to you and starts biting your ankles.
OK, 2 hours, 59 minutes and counting before the show begins. Lee, where do we start?
OK, Stephen, first of all, we've got to get you kitted up. And it goes over the top of your head. Fantastic. Here we go. And this will clip just onto here. OK, now the most important piece of equipment that you're going to need is a gauntlet.
It's quite stiff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very stiff, but you're going to need it for Basil. So, Basil's running around your feet. You need to throw a piece of food away.
OK.
Put a piece of food underneath the pot and move on.
OK,
and
quick.
so on until we get to the end one. Now, what we need to do is then quickly throw a piece of food down the bottom so Basil will start at that end. Then they say, boys and girls, give Basil the Cara a great big round of applause.
OK. And hopefully they will.
And hopefully they will.
I'm really looking forward to this show.
Good, so am I.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the finale to our demonstration today.
I can hear the audience out there, and I'm actually getting really nervous now.
Stephen Mulhern from Brilliant Creatures on CITV.
Fantastic. Hello! There we are. Now you're awake, aren't you? Listen, I've got a very special treat for you. You're going to meet a bird called Basil. Now, Basil is a Cara from the Falkland Islands. Now, you hardly ever see these birds flying because what they do is they run around the ground and they actually search for food. It all started so well. I was getting the information out that Leah taught me.
Knock over rocks to try
and
eat
was
the
feeling
crabs
quietly
underneath the rocks. And we're going to
confident.
test this out and see if it's going to work. Oh! See if it's going to work. Oh boy, that was close, wasn't it?
The next part of the demonstration was the pot routine. I threw some meat to distract Basil and started to place the rest of the food under the pot. Okay, we're doing well. No. No.
This is good, Stephen. Get him over to the first flower pot.
No! No! Basil! What are you doing? There's the first one down.
Good stuff. OK.
That's it. There's the second one down. It's going well. Basil!
No, he's going on.
No, please!
Well, it was going
Basil!
well.
Basil is now eating crisps.
He's gone. Basil, this way. He's got sausage roll. He's been to the canteen. Basil! OK, he's going to eat a baby. Basil, this way. If he does this, my challenge is complete.
I had to get him back to the third pot.
Basil, this way. No, this is ridiculous.
Until finally...
Come on, quick! Third one down. OK, last one, please. Get ready for the applause. Get ready. It's a biggie. Can he do it? Yes, he can! Let's hear it for the one and only Basil! From a professional point of view, how do you think it did?
Stephen, the crowds absolutely loved it. And I think you've made a new friend.
That's all right.
Well, that's it for today's show.
If you want to find out any information on anything you've seen, why don't you check out the Brilliant Creatures website? The address is on the screen now.
And we'll see you soon for some more of the world's most brilliant creatures.
Goodbye!
Bye.